Today we are diving into a topic that generates a lot of confusion. Dairy. Can you have it? Should you avoid it? Does it make lipedema worse? Which type of dairy may be problematic and which ones could actually be beneficial? Hi, my name is Dr. Alexey Markelov. I'm a double board certified plastic surgeon specializing in treatment of lipedema. First, let's talk about the pro-inflammatory connection. Since lipedema is recognized as a chronic inflammatory condition, the primary goal of any nutritional strategy for lipedema is to reduce the body's overall inflammatory load. This is where the conversation about dairy begins. Certain dairy products can be definitely pro-inflammatory for some individuals, but this isn't true for everyone, and we'll talk about the individual tolerance in a moment. But the issue often stems from three things: sugar content, processing, and the actual type of fat. So let's start with the dairy products I generally advise my lipedema patients to avoid completely or strictly limit. First is sugary flavored yogurts. These are often packed with added sugars, syrups, sometimes as much as actual candy bar. Sugar is a well-known driver of inflammation, which is exactly what we're trying to minimize in lipedema. Second, I recommend avoiding fat-free, low-fat milk. First, it's a more processed product. To create skim milk, whole milk is spun in a high-speed centrifuge to mechanically strip out the fat. What's left is a thinner, less palatable liquid. And to compensate for the loss of actual flavor and creamy texture, manufacturers will often add things like milk, solids back into the product. This brings us to the second point, a higher relative sugar content. The natural sugar in milk is lactose, and when you remove the volume of fat, the concentration of everything else, including the actual sugar, goes up. So ounce for ounce, skim milk can actually have a much higher glycemic index and impact than the whole milk. And finally, and possibly the most importantly, the issue of nutrient absorption. Milk is a source of essential fat-soluble vitamins, specifically vitamin A and vitamin D, which is added for fortification. These vitamins are fat-soluble for a reason. They require fat to be properly absorbed and used by your body. So when you remove the fat from the milk, you remove the very vehicle these vitamins need to get into your actual system. So even if the label says it's fortified with vitamin A and D, your body's ability to actually use them and to absorb them is significantly diminished without the fat. Third on the list to avoid are ultra-pasteurized products. Although it extends the shelf life, but the actual intense heat can denature some of the milk proteins, potentially making them much more difficult for some people to digest, and it also reduces the availability of certain beneficial enzymes. So I recommend to avoid those products as well. Now for the good news. Not all dairy is created equal, and choosing high-quality fermented or aged dairy can offer significant benefit, primarily for your gut health, which plays a crucial role in the regulating inflammation. So here are some of the options I recommend exploring. First up is Kefir. It's a powerhouse of probiotic, beneficial bacteria that supports a healthy gut biome. Healthy gut can help down-regulate systemic inflammation, so always opt for plain Kefir, and if you need sweetness, just add a handful of fresh berries at home. Next, let's talk about the yogurt. Instead of conventional yogurt, I often recommend Bulgarian yogurt. It's one of the highest concentrations of live probiotic cultures. While a standard yogurt might have a few billion colony-forming units or CFU, Bulgarian yogurt can contain up to 60 billion CFU per serving. So similarly, full-fat sour cream can be another good option. True sour cream is simply cream that has been fermented with the beneficial bacteria. It's a great way to add some richness to the dishes. Just be sure to check the label for simple ingredients, cream and culture, and avoid light versions that often contain fillers and starches. Another product to consider, if well tolerated, is cottage cheese. It's an excellent source of protein, which is vital for tissue health and repair, and it contains an important amino acid called methionine. Always opt for plain and full-fat version and avoid options with the added sugars. Finally, let's discuss cheeses. The rule with any cheese is to choose aged, natural cheeses over processed cheese products like prepackaged slices. Those are often full of emulsifiers and preservatives. Fantastic choice that I personally like is Parmigiano Reggiano. It's a genuine Parmesan cheese, which is a nutritional powerhouse. Another great option is quality organic feta cheese. Important warning about the cheeses: that cheeses like Parmesan, feta, or even cottage cheese and sour cream are actually calorically dense. So for anyone managing their weight, which is a common goal in lipedema, moderation is essential. Think of cheese as a condiment or flavor enhancer. Sprinkle it on your vegetable salad, use it as a topping but not as a main course. Everyone is different, and some people with lipedema may find that they feel better avoiding dairy altogether, while others do very well with the high-quality options we talked about. If you suspect dairy might be a problem for you, the best approach is simple elimination trial. Remove all dairy from your diet for 3-4 weeks and just pay close attention on how you feel. Notice any changes in bloating, pain, swelling in the legs, and overall energy level. And then slowly reintroduce one high-quality dairy item at a time. And this methodical approach will give you a clear answer about your personal tolerance based not on a generic rule but on actually your body feedback. Nutrition is a powerful tool in your lipedema management plan. It complements other critical treatments like compression, manual lymphatic drainage, and when appropriate, surgical intervention. If you suspect you might have lipedema, please know you're not alone. It's not your fault, and there are knowledgeable healthcare professionals who can help. So I hope this has clarified some of the questions for you. I hope you found this video helpful. Please click the like button and subscribe below.